Liverpool and Manchester City cut a familiar pose at the top of the table as the Premier League programme resumes this weekend. So I guess let's cut to the chase. Who's going to beat them this year? Who's going to stop them getting those 98 and 97 point totals?
I'd love to be able to turn around and tell you, but I can't. You know, the biggest threat to Liverpool is City, and the biggest threat to City is Liverpool. So, you know, going into the two games that they will play in the league, it's going to be tough to pick a winner, unless at the time one team has injuries or suspensions or something of that. Because for the rest of the league, it's very difficult to sit down and look at Liverpool against anybody else other than City and say they're not going to win that game because quite frankly, in every department, they're pretty much far superior to everybody else. So to actually analyse a game before it happens and turn around and be able to say, well, I think today Watford are going to beat Liverpool, that's going to be an impossible task.
Yeah, so Liverpool's only defeat last year to Manchester City, coming around New Year. Ironically, that was the period of the season where Manchester City lost all 4 of their matches in a 9-game spell. At home to Crystal Palace comes to mind, but the defeats to Newcastle as well.
But again, everybody was flabbergasted when that happened. And that's why, as an analyst, you can't... You know, if you're going to sit down and try and be clever and say, well, I said that Newcastle were going to beat City, then you're not being honest. Because you know that both sides are going to lose a game. You don't know when it's coming, though. That's the problem, because when you're analysing each team, you're looking at all the positives. And when you're talking about City and Liverpool, pretty much everything they have is positive. There's a couple of little problems here and there. City with a Laporte injury, how are they going to fix that? Because he needs to do something about that. But I still can't turn around and tell you that without Laporte this weekend, they're going to lose. Because I don't think they will.
The dangerous part for the rest of the league is, of course, that they spur each other on, don't they? Given what happened in the run-in, in that incredible record that both of them went on, the winning runs. Obviously, Liverpool dropped the points in the Merseyside derby, which you'd look at and say, well, there's a danger they're going to do that there. But it just seemed every time they won, City came and responded, and likewise as well. It's not as if they struggle psychologically with each other.
Yeah, and it's actually good for both sides. You know, it's good for players. You know, when you have if you're out on your own, it's very easy to turn up somewhere and think, you know what, we're going to win anyway. But when it's so close between you and whoever the rival may be, you're always looking over your shoulder. It's always keeping you on your toes. And I think, no question, that'll happen again this year. And that's why the totals for these two sides, again, will be way superior to anybody else in the Premier League.
Is it healthy for the league? When you weigh up the positives and the negatives.
Well, if Liverpool and City were on the same level as Tottenham and Arsenal and Chelsea and whatever, is that good for the league? I'm not so sure it is. Do you want a load of teams trying to win the league who are just not that great? Or do you want two sides who actually, in European football, are arguably the best? I think I would rather have two sides who were just exceptional, as opposed to a lot of mediocrity fighting it out. I think I would rather look at the best fighting it out than a whole bunch of teams, as I said, that are mediocre.
And I guess they lay down the gauntlet to the rest of the teams, the would-be title challengers, the ones who are most likely going to be competing for places 3rd through 6th this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for the rest, it's about qualifying for the Champions League, and then with that, you try and strengthen to try and catch these two teams.
Okay, it's going to be hard work, though, for whoever finds themselves in that race with Liverpool and City, or maybe it will be a race of their own very early on. Week 5, then, the Premier League. We'll see who's up for dropping points this weekend. Don't bank on it.